The Massachusetts Transgender Political Coalition is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. Executive Director Tre'Andre Valentine tells our Anna Meiler about why educating the public and setting new standards for the transgender community are so important.
For our viewers who might not know about your organization, how would you summarize its mission?
The Massachusetts Transgender Political Coalition, we work to ensure the well-being, safety, and lived equity of all trans, non-binary, and gender-expansive community members here in Massachusetts. We educate the public, advocate at state, local, and systemic levels, and through collective action, we try to mobilize community, engage in capacity building for trans inclusion. And we really try to advance community wellness and prosperity.
And so your organization took part in the second annual Trans Resistance March in Franklin Park last weekend. Can you tell us about the event and what you hope that it helped to accomplish?
Absolutely. Wow, the event was a beautiful event, a beautiful showing of community, right? What community really looks like. It was an event also, I think that showed, when people come together for a common purpose, which is really about, again, inclusion, true representation of our communities, beautiful things happen. And this, I think, for me personally, while it was beautiful, it was also really hard and sad because we lost our community member, Jahaira De Alto, who was also a really good friend of mine. And she was a part of creating trans resistance in the first place. And so we were there for her and we were there for our community. 2018, we became the 18th state in the country to fully protect trans people under the law. And it's really important. It's not only the protections that we deserve, it's our right. And these protections are really important. It sets a standard for, I think it sets the standard for how we want to be acknowledged and treated in the world. But it doesn't stop there because the laws only go so far, right? Legal protections can only go so far. We really do need a culture shift, a deep look into our values, how we treat other people. And that's on all levels, not only interpersonally, but also how that happens systemically as well.
How do you think that culture shift will be possible? What do you think needs to happen for that culture shift to happen?
Well, I think we saw a little bit of it during the Yes on 3 campaign, right? When people meet other trans people, when people hear our stories, and not just the stories of hardship and trauma, right? But hear that we are people who have dreams and lives and families and aspirations, that we want the same things that other people want, which is to be seen, be respected, be valued. And when you encounter, I think when we start to share stories about ourselves and we see each other for the people that we are, that has the power to really change the hearts and minds of people. Because for some folks, it's really about a lack of information, right? And for some folks, they've never met a trans person before. And there's a lot of misinformation out there. And so when faced with an actual trans person and they see who we are, for some folks, they're like, oh, this is actually not who I thought trans people were. And I think that the power and the opportunity to change is powerful.
So, of course, June is Pride Month, and so I wanted to ask you, what does Pride mean to you?
Wow. Well, for me, Pride is 365, 24/7. Because I am, I am living my life out loud. And also, too, you don't have to be out and loud to have pride or be a part of our community. So for me, it's about a reminder. Pride for me is about a reminder of where we came from.
All right, Tre'Andre Valentine, the Executive Director of Massachusetts Trans Political Coalition. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.